Hi everyone, so as I promised you, I'm back with the correction of last time's homework. I pasted all of your answers into a separate file and I will go through each of the phrases and give you my observations. I don't have the pictures with me right now, so it doesn't really matter how well they fit the picture. What I'm interested in is whether the phrase in itself makes sense and whether it's spelled correctly and the grammar is right. Okay, so let's start. I'm starting with the first group, Hairulo, Max, and Fadi. And the first sentence is bărbații cânta muzica în parc. Now, what you want is to put the at the end here. So it's cântă muzică. Why? Because you have the verb a cânta, which means to sing. And then if you say cânta, that's the past, and it's el, ea cânta, and that means he or she was singing. Yeah, so you don't want that. You first of all, it's the second person. It's the third person. Bărbații cântă is the third person and is the present tense. So it's ei, ele cântă, they sing or play, or they are singing or are playing. Good. În parc. This is all for this one. Un băiat joacă fotbal în parc. Again, you need a, joacă, and you don't need to capitalize nouns like in German. Yeah. Joacă means the play, as in the act of playing. Now you have o, joacă. How should you translate this in English? A playing? An act of playing? Native English speakers, you can help me out in the comments if you know. Yeah, so if you put it like that, it's basically the definite article, joacă, the act of playing. But if you say el, ea, joacă, then it's he or she is playing or plays. All right. So the diacritics are very important in establishing the real meaning of a word. O familie cumpără pâine la piață. Great. Copiii joacă volei în parc. Perfect. O femeie se relaxează în pădure. Ok, great. Femeia cântă la pian pe o stradă. Very well. All of these are correct. Fata urcă scările acasă. She is going up the stairs. This sounds better than saying she's going upstairs. Yeah, it's not necessarily wrong, it just sounds a bit strange. So I put le here because this le is the definite article, it means the stairs. Yeah, o scară, două scări, a stair to stairs, and then scările, that's the stairs. Notice how the definite article for feminine plural is le. Alright, două doamne stau pe o bancă într-un parc. Very good. I like that you used într-un. Yeah, nice. Un bărbat exersează la pian în cameră. Great. So what do these all mean? Bărbații cântă muzică în parc. The men are playing music in the park. Un băiat joacă fotbal în parc. A boy is playing football in the park. O familie cumpără pâine la piață. A family is buying bread at the market. Copiii joacă volei în parc. The children are playing volleyball in the park. O femeie se relaxează în pădure. A woman is relaxing in the forest. Femeia cântă la pian pe o stradă. The woman is playing the piano on a street. Fata urcă scările acasă. The girl is climbing the stairs at home. Două doamne stau pe o bancă într-un parc. Two ladies are sitting on a bench in a park. Un bărbat exersează la pian în cameră. A man is practicing the piano in the room. Good. Okay, this went really well. Let's see the second group. Michele, Leili and David. Sunt 4 persoane. Ei cântă muzică. Now, this sounds a bit wrong. Why? Because we have o persoană, două persoane. So notice it's feminine. So then when we refer to them in the next sentence, we need the feminine pronoun, which is ele. Yeah, so I would say ele cântă muzică. Or another thing that you could do here that we're going to study later is connect the sentences with the word who. Except in Romanian it won't be cine, that's just a question word. It would be care. So sunt 4 persoane care cântă muzică. Yeah. Now, to say they play music or they sing music, because the verb a cânta means to sing or to play, is kind of redundant. Unless you say what kind of music, I don't know, muzică clasică. You don't even need to mention the word music. You could just say sunt 4 persoane care cântă. It only makes sense to mention the word music when you want to specify what kind of music it is in this context. Bun, în parc e un băiat, el joacă fotbal. Nice. Again, what you could also do here is în parc e un băiat care joacă fotbal. So care can mean both who and which. And it's used when you have two sentences next to each other and in the second sentence you don't want to repeat the same word as in the first. Ok. Sunt niște persoane. Sunt în la piață. You can't really say they're in at the square. They're either in or at. But in at, I would say sunt la piață. Ei cumpără. And here it kind of begs the question. Ei cumpără ce? And again, because it's persoane, it will be ele. Yeah, because it's feminine. So, yes. At the marketplace is la piață. At the marketplace. If I say în piață, this usually means in the square. Though not necessarily, the language is more flexible than that, but this is the general interpretation. And sunt niște băieți în parc, ei joacă volei. Yes, this is nice. Again, you could replace ei with care. În parc e o femeia. So femeia means the woman. Yeah, that a at the end is a definite article. So you have o femeie, două femei, meaning woman. And if you say femeia with a at the end, that means the woman. So you can't say in the park there is a the woman. It's either o femeie or femeia. But if you say în parc e femeia, that means that there's only one woman in the whole park. So what you need here e o femeie. Yeah? Ea stă în iarbă. Or e o femeie care stă în iarbă. Suntem în oraș, un bărbat cântă la pian. Ok. Or you could just say un bărbat cântă la pian în oraș. Yeah? A man is playing the piano in the city. O fată urcă scările. Da? Două persoane stau pe bancă în parc. Nice. Un bărbat exersează la pian. Very well. So again, where is it? Just a second. Sunt 4 persoane, ele cântă muzică. There are 4 persons, they play music. Sunt 4 persoane care cântă muzică, let's say, clasică. There are 4 people who are playing classical music. În parc e un băiat care joacă fotbal. In the park there's a boy who is playing football. Sunt niște persoane, sunt la piață, ele cumpără ceva. So there are some persons, some people, they are at the marketplace, they are buying something. Yeah, so we don't leave that with a word missing from it. Sunt niște băieți în parc, ei joacă volei. There are some boys in the park, they are playing volleyball. În parc e o femeie, ea stă în iarbă. Or în parc e o femeie care stă în iarbă. In the park there is a woman who is sitting in the grass. Suntem în oraș, un bărbat cântă la pian. We are in the city, a man is playing the piano. Or un bărbat cântă la pian în oraș. A man is playing the piano in the city. O fată urcă scările. A girl is climbing the stairs. 2 persoane stau pe bancă în parc. 2 persons are sitting on the bench in the park. Un bărbat exersează la pian. A man is practicing the piano. Okay, and finally, the third group, Katie, Joanna and Eva. În parc este o femeie, ea joacă fotbal singură. Nice. So in the park there's a woman, she's playing football by herself. Again, you can replace this with care. And before and after care you don't need a comma. Sunt mulți oameni în piața și fac cumpărături. This is something tricky in Romanian that is sometimes harder to understand, especially if you're a native English speaker. In English you'd say in the marketplace, or in the market. But in Romanian you say in market. See, so what is different here is that there is no definite article. Yeah. În piață. And this is why piață has to end in a here. Why? Because you have o piață, două piețe, and then piața, that's with a definite article. And in English it makes perfect sense to say in the marketplace, but in Romanian, as long as you don't mention anything about the marketplace, then you don't need a definite article. Let's take a counter example. If you want to say, in Cluj, for example, we have Piața Mare, the big marketplace. Yeah, it's a popular name for the most central, biggest marketplace. So you could say, sunt mulți oameni în Piața Mare. So what happened here? Because I mentioned mare, yeah, that means big, piața suddenly became definite. I gave it a definite article. My theory is that any descriptor defines what we are talking about. So then it makes sense to give it a definite article, because now we know exactly what square we're talking about. So, sunt mulți oameni în piață, if we don't mention anything about the square or the market, and sunt mulți oameni în piața mare, if we mention something about it. Ok, mulți copii joacă cu minge. Yeah, so you have a juca, which is to play, and then you have a se juca, which is also to play, but reflexive. How do you know when to use one and when to use the other? You use the first one when you have a specific game. And you use the second one when it's free play. This is a very general rule. So because to play with the ball isn't any specific game, then you will need this reflexive pronoun. This is like myself, yourself, himself, herself, ourselves, and so on in English. Though it would make sense to translate it as they play themselves. But in Romanian this makes perfect sense, so you're gonna have to trust me on this one. Mulți copii se joacă cu... And whenever you have a tool or an instrument that you use, it requires a definite article. So I'm going to say mingea here. They're playing with the ball. Yeah, and so you have o minge, două mingi, that's ball. And then mingea, that's the ball. Ok, o persoană se relaxează în parc. A person is relaxing in the park. E un om pe strada. El joacă. No. Okay, first issue, as I told you before, if you don't mention anything about a place, then you don't need a definite article for it, and this is different from English, because regardless of what I say or don't say about a park, if I'm in the park, I will always be in the park and not in park. In Romanian, however, if I don't mention anything about it, I will be in park. If I mention something, if I describe the park like the big park, the central park, then I will use the definite article, parcul. Yeah? Eu sunt în parc versus eu sunt în parcul mare, în parcul central. And it's the same with other places, such as pe stradă. So you have o stradă, două străzi. Yeah, that's a street. And you could say e un om pe strada Napoca. See, and now you have this definite article. Yeah, strada, that's the street. Or if I don't know the name of the street, or I don't want to describe the street in any way, then it's just e un om pe stradă. Yeah, and that's why we need an in here. And el joacă pian, well, that's a very common trap that you can fall into. That's because you speak English. So to play an instrument in Romanian is not expressed with the verb to play. It's expressed with a verb to sing. Yeah. So in Romania I wouldn't say I play the guitar, I will say I sing at the guitar, which is funny because it creates a mental picture that you're staring at the guitar like, hey guitar, hear me sing, and you start la la la. But that's not what it means. It means to play the guitar. Alright, so instead of joacă, it would be el cântă la pian. So the expression for any instrument is a cânta la whatever instrument. Yeah, that's to play whatever instrument. To play, yeah. O fată urcă scările, this is correct, just like the ones before. Două persoane stau pe bancă. Two persons are sitting on a bench. O profesoară e în sală și joacă la pian, again, cântă. Alright, this is all for now. Thank you so much for following me and see you soon.